Hi everyone, I am Anwesha, a final year MTech research student in IIT Hyderabad. I would say this MTech RA journey as a mini corporate life. Generally, the trend was by day one, everyone would get placed. Right? Here, if you are MTech CS, you would be placed by day one for sure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Brute Force. So, this is going to be another very special session in this series of Live Your Dreams. So, today we have with us Anwesha. She is passing out her master's from IIT Hyderabad, and she is also an upcoming software engineer in NVIDIA. And also, rest of the things we'll hear from herself only. But just before that, we are continuing this series so that if you are gate ranker or if you just want to achieve your dreams in some IIT or some top tier institution, so this series is going to help you finding out which is the right institution for you or where you actually find your best place or best destination to suit in. So without further ado, let's start this session. Anwesha, please, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I am Anwesha, a final year MTech research student in IIT Hyderabad. So I'm currently in a network and wireless system lab. My domain is in vehicular in 5G wireless communication, specifically in vehicular domain, vehicular to everything, V2X communications. And yeah, so I recently got placed in as a system software engineer in NVIDIA.
Yeah. So I see in the background, it is your lab. I think so. It is the lab you are working in.
Yes, I this is like my lab. I'm sitting in front of my workstation. Currently, there's no one. So yeah.
Nice. It's actually pretty nice to see, and I'm sure the environment to work in there is also pretty great. So yeah, so just to start with, can you give us a brief intro about how your journey has been for the past 3 years? So, like, I want to know how your life has changed, or how do you look upon the last few years as a part of your life?
Okay, so if I would say, like when I saw my gate rank, which was not within under like 100, I was a bit devastated and initially I thought there's no hope, no chance. But like I kept on looking for this MTech research opportunities in all the top 10 IITs, and gave this IIT Hyderabad MTech CS, MTech AI interviews. I was selected for both of them, and then I chose MTech RACS. And coming now, I feel this is one of the best decision which I took, and I have no regrets. By taking a 3 year MTech research, like all I can see is the bonus points. Like I am so grateful that I chose. I am not a TA but an RA.
Yeah, I'm sure
So,
it is. So, yeah.
this MTech journey had been a kind of a roller coaster journey where initially you come to this place and then you get to know about the atmosphere or like the academics, which is very different from when you belong from a three-tier institute where you can complete the assignment just in one day. But coming here, it's
Few
like
hours actually.
yeah, so initially I thought it would be done by maximum 2-3 days, but then I opened the first assignment and like okay, so it's not a 1 day job and it needs rigorous effort to complete it. So and you grow over time and then you optimize yourself and your method. So it had been a evolving process, and in amidst all of this sometimes you would feel very out of where am I or what am I supposed to do, how is everything going, and you would be kind of
It feels
lost,
like
but
everything
again you
is
find.
getting messed up, right?
Yes, and then the next day, when you start to get to see results or like things work out, and then you
Mhm.
feel happy, and also you feel grateful at the same time that you got this opportunity to have this life.
Yeah, you just mentioned the assignment topic, which reminded me that one of the courses that I took in this semester. So I took a course of virtualization and I have an assignment due. It just reminded me that I'm trying it for 7 days. Still I'm nowhere. So let's see. Yeah, and one more thing. So you mentioned that you got selected for both CS and AI and you preferred CS over AI.
Mhm.
That kind of did
Yeah.
hurt me because I come from an AI background. So
Yeah, even I was confused. Like, I had talked with lot of seniors who were in AI and CS, like which would be good,
Mm-hmm.
and we got the guides assigned. So if you are an MTech RA, you would have a project and a guide assigned before. So, like, I had been talking to a lot of people, and like, see, for me, I wanted to explore. Like, I didn't wanted to restrict myself in a certain domain, so I felt that CS would be better, where I can switch on between AI systems and theory anytime what
Mm-hmm.
I want. So
Absolutely.
I just wanted to keep that open for me.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. And good thing that it worked out perfectly for you.
Yeah.
Like down the line, yeah, absolutely. So then, yeah, can you tell the viewers quickly about the admission process in IIT Hyderabad? So you just already mentioned about the interview and things, but overall, like how things go on.
Okay, so like I'll say about the domains or specializations where you can apply. So first is MTech TA. In MTech TA, we have CS, AI, NIS, Network Information Security, and there's
Okay.
another like being a CS student, you can also apply for Smart Mobility SM department. So that mainly focuses on autonomous navigation. Like, so there are these four kind of where you can apply, but primarily I would say as a CS student you can prefer AI, CS, or NIS. And similarly, this goes for MTech RA also, where you would again have this MTech RA AI, MTech RA CS, MTech RA NIS.
Yes.
So it's like that. So if you are TA, it's like direct get counseling and there's no interview or anything, and you get admitted. For our coming to RAs, like, based on your application, you might get a call. So generally, like if your score is in above 650 gate score,
Mm-hmm.
so you will get a call definitely. And the next thing is, there are for CS there are two rounds of interview one and interview two. Interview one, they would mainly focus on data structures and algorithms, complete DSA. And if
Yes.
you are selected there, you would move on to round two, where like you would be asked to get into your specialization or like area of interest. So it can be systems or AI/ML, based upon which you need to select your subjects and then answer them. And for AI, there was initially a written round where it was gate level questions like linear algebra,
Mm-hmm.
probability,
Yeah.
equations, and all
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
And once you get selected, there's a interview. So mainly the interview had probability and linear algebra questions.
So you had to choose some few subjects for the round two, I guess.
See, for AI it is clear, but for
No,
CS
no,
you
like for
need
your
to.
systems domain, yeah, you mentioned that some of the if you have to select few other subjects
Yes,
for your
yes,
answering
I
them.
had to
So
select. So I
what all
selected
you selected?
operating system and computer networks, and hence I got
Content networks.
assigned
Okay.
to this
Uh-huh.
network
Yeah,
and
we're
wireless
still
system
working with
lab.
that domain only, so yeah, that works
Yeah,
perfectly, I
yeah.
guess. So how the workload actually balances among those different courses, like for TA, RA, specifically, what about you? How the workload or coursework has been through this journey?
So I'll start with my first year where I came in, and as a RA you have the flexibility to complete your coursework within 2 years, right?
Mhm.
And in between that you need to contribute to your research projects, what's going in your lab.
Yeah.
Okay. So so I took in my first sem I took three courses, and with that I had to equally like attend the meetings and
Yeah.
all. So now
Hmm.
this was a like thing was that, yeah, you are doing coursework and that's all fine, but with that, initially I was put in under this Intel project, and initially, like, my professor would be there, the Intel researchers, they would be there, the seniors
Yeah,
would be
I
there,
can totally
and
understand. Yeah.
you would be completely lost, like the technical jargons they would be using or anything, and like what's going on here. And gradually you get like they would be giving
So
you
in the
small small
first
tasks.
semester only, you had to present some literature survey or what? Like, or did you had to
No, no.
implement something?
So, like I would say this MTech RA journey as a a mini corporate life. Where once you come as a fresher, now they would be giving you small small tasks. Like you
Hmm.
do this, you do that. There won't be major thing. And see, you would be a part of meetings. You won't be understanding everything of it. Like 98% of the thing would be
Yeah.
going above your head. But you get to know, and then you work on yourself, read papers. Like my professor asked me to read papers side by side. He gave me small small tasks, what's going on your project. So initially,
Yeah.
like, they gave me website development. So it was just for 6 months, and after which when I get to know about my wireless communication, see, because when we are coming from this gate background, we only know this computer networks, this wired thing, that OSI stack, like that
Mm-hmm.
protocol. But wireless, it's completely different. So you need to know that first before you can contribute something in this field.
I see. Yeah.
So like that I went through it. And you get to know how to present yourself. So present in the sense that present with your words or thoughts, or
Yeah.
how you come up with some solution, or how do you present it, convey it. So like these
So
are what
I
you
feel
would
that
get to
just
know.
in the academics environment, when some corporate people get into and make a meeting, so like talking to them has
Yeah,
to have some different kind of etiquettes. I felt that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And like the way you are thinking, it should like say in such a way that it
Yeah.
syncs up
Yeah.
with
Haha,
them too.
huh.
So
Your thoughts actually
so
should be reflected in your words properly, so they can see it. Like in academics,
yeah.
usually like professors or seniors, sometimes also like things go on fine. You have tried to do something and the discussion goes on. These things happen, but like talking to some corporate people, I felt that like they need to clearly understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise,
Eh,
there's no point of that.
yes, you are exactly right. So that happened for like over 2 years. So I think you are also in your like thesis, right? Like, so it's like 1 year of thesis work.
Yeah. And it is also
Yeah.
going on
So
with some company. And so
yeah,
I
yeah.
had,
So you would feel that same thing. But for
yeah.
RAs, you get to see that from first year itself. Like, and in a slow way,
Yeah.
slow way, you get to see
Hmm.
that. And with that, what helps that, you can understand what interests you, or what are like, you can go in a
Hmm.
very smooth way, in a slow way, you understand your pace, and then you finally choose upon the area, or like your thesis title and everything. So that kind of helps and grooms your over time, like, and then you come to this final year thesis phase.
Yeah. So what are the other the courseworks you mentioned? Like 3 years, a few courses you mentioned in the first year, and how the coursework workload have been in the following years.
See, first sem, second sem, like you had to focus majorly on your coursework because it was a very new thing. So, like first sem,
Hmm.
like we had mandatory advanced data structures and algorithms, and rest total we need to cover 8 courses. Either it is TA or RA, we need to do 8 courses, and it's of like
Hmm.
50 to 52 credits. So
Okay.
it's like I took three and three, first and second sem. So. Those took time to adjust. So I was giving very less time to research. Like it was a very side, like a
Hmm.
side thing
I
which
see.
was going on. So in the second year I took one coursework, and then majorly in this like my project work, and like it kept on going on. So over time it's like you got habituated how you work with courses, do assignments, and then you move to this project handling projects
Hmm.
thing, and then placement season comes. So it's like a complete phase which I went through.
You mentioned placement. We'll come to that later. But first, I am very eager to know about the various research opportunities there. So, first of all, I have this very intriguing question because I know some of the top tier institutions are there where in the collaborative projects with the industry, they offer the students an internship in the company. Usually happens
Mm-hmm.
in IISc and some other institution. Doesn't happen here
Mm-hmm.
mostly. So, what is the scenario there? Like, how the research thing goes on?
It's kind of same with us also. We are not allowed for internship, but for RAs, if you are in your second year and not final year, whatever, at any cost, you won't be allowed for internships. But if you are in a second year and somewhat whatever you're doing, if you go to the industry, if it kind of aligns to that, or coming back from industry, if you can do contribute something meaningful, like whatever you gain from
Hmm.
industry, if you can
Yeah.
apply it here, then only at exceptional cases your guide might allow, and that depends on your guide.
Okay.
But
I
mostly
see.
the guide would feel like, see, in industry you do their work, you do that, and that's over, right? You cannot
Yeah,
take
yeah.
anything
Hmm.
from here and put it here. So
Absolutely.
generally
Mm.
that is like, that's why
That's
it's
also
not
not
preferred.
publishable as a paper. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that's why it's not preferred.
Yeah. So, and what are the other research opportunities? Like, I know you have been working in your NETO's domain, and what are the other opportunities are there? Can you briefly talk
uh,
about that?
Other opportunities in the sense like doing internships or collaboration and all these things. Okay, so I'll mention like whatever
Also,
edge
just
I felt.
what are the other important domains of research that is going on in IIT Hyderabad?
Okay,
CS.
so I am from this wireless domain, and like IIT Hyderabad is pretty good with 5G because they have their own 5G test bed. So like
Wow.
if you are an RA, you would majorly get your domain, like they'll take a lot of students from this networks lab because there's a lot of projects. Like currently there's Intel project, or from Department of Telecommunications by the government, or DST, like Department of Science and Technology. So all these kind of projects are going on, and there are theory compilers, compiler domain is there, and
Yeah.
AIML. So yeah, like it goes on. And the thing is that being an RA, you would have the opportunity to attend a lot of conferences. Like I think even I went to IIT Bombay, IIT KGP, IISER, Pune, all because of this research, where you get a full sponsored trip to all these
Mm-hmm.
universities, and then you can actually network with lot of people. And once you're an RA, you have your own domain, and you get a topic, or you have a specialization to talk to these people, talk to the giants of those field. And
Mm-hmm.
you can directly get some PhD offers or internships, like being offered there also, like so like
So
I
were you
think
offered
I
something
got,
like that?
yeah, I got offer for a PhD from like from IIT Delhi by a professor who was working in that same domain. That
Huh.
happened in IIT Bombay only. It was ACM Sigmetrics conference,
Uh-huh.
and then there was in IIT KGP. I went and I got a offer from this Chalmers University in Sweden. So
Have you
they
met Professor
also,
Maithili Vutapuru?
yeah, I met her.
Yeah, she is also working in 5G. And I, in the first and second sem, I took a few of her courses, and yeah, I really like her as a
Yeah, I
professor.
went to that lab also, and yeah, we
Synergy
talked.
Lab, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
like
very nice, and I love her classes. Everything about her. Sorry, and yeah. So from the research perspective, also I remember one thing that you once sent me a video about some automated cars in IIT Hyderabad. So that is the
yeah.
first of that kind of thing I saw in any tier one institution in India. So that was
Yeah.
really intriguing.
So so I mentioned of this department smart mobility, right? So you can also get into smart mobility, and where the main focus is autonomous navigation,
Yeah.
UAVs or drones, and like it gets heavily funded by this Tihan, and it's a very huge project. So
Okay,
like yeah, so these kind of test bed works also goes on. So you'll get to see a lot here, like
I'll add
also
the
other
video
departments.
by the end if it's
Huh.
permissible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, you can add it.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you're like waiting for the bus, I can like see them testing, or if they want, they would like, okay, you can come up, and like
Yeah, that is the first
it's
that
like
kind of thing I saw in like
better.
tier one institution in India. So that was a new thing to me. Yeah. So moving a bit ahead from the professional sides, can you talk about the lifestyle there? So definitely it is a metro city, and I'm sure the lifestyle outside the IIT is also pretty good. And also about the campus life and inside the institution, the everything like fests, parties, hostel, food, everything you can talk about. What is the life there?
The thing is that first of all, ITH is like bit on the outskirts. Like it's not in that
Okay.
main city. You don't
Ah,
get to
okay.
see those light and sound, like like that
Oh,
city
I see.
buzz. You won't be getting
Uh-huh.
that. But yeah, so mostly we would be inside the campus only, because if you go to this, it takes a lot of time to go to the city.
How much?
So
Like
yeah,
still, is it a lot?
like 1 hour, 1 hour you can reach.
That's much. That's yeah.
And also Hyderabad, the heat is lot, so if you travel, that's so hectic. Yeah. And coming to like campus life, there's a lot of events that would be going on. Even I was part of a lot of clubs initially in my first year, because it's 3 years and you get a chance to get into those clubs in the activities and
Mm-hmm.
be a part of
Yeah.
it. But yeah, so like it's very happening, a lot of events would be happening, and also different departments would be happening. So here we have design department, like they also would be having their fest, chemistry, chemical, everyone would be having their fest, or some talks would be
Yeah.
going on. It's very interactive. Like the other day I found some cognitive science department, they were doing this how body and brain interact, and they were giving some free demo experiments which you can perform to understand how you behave with in
Did
presence
you do
of
it?
like, yeah, I did it. It was interesting. So, I keep on finding
Yeah.
these kind of stuffs and you do it. Like, I like to explore. So, yeah.
Yeah. The lifestyle seems then pretty
And
happening.
yeah, and fest, like how the fest goes on, like it's like there, like different clubs they hold other activities. So it's quite happening.
So as in you are in final few months, I'm sure you're gonna miss that this life later on.
Yeah, I'm trying to make utmost use of it, like like optimal
Three or
use
four
of it,
months,
like
3 months actually.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then coming to the last and the most one of the most important topics why people look into the opportunities of IITs, that is placements. So how the placements have been, and like everything you can talk about that.
So in MTech, combining TAs and RAs, we had total of 45 to 50 students.
Okay.
And like this time due to recession, like generally the trend was by day one everyone would get placed. I guess that was
All the
everywhere.
masters people. No, that is not everywhere.
No, I mean generally that was the trend, but not due to
Okay.
recession. I think from last year it started, right? Like
But
everyone was
generally,
not
that
getting.
is still not the trend in any other top institutions. I'm telling you,
Oh, okay.
that is still
So
not the
in
trend.
here, if you are MTech CS, you would be placed by day one for sure till
Amazing.
2021.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 22 and 23 it affected, so that, but coming to RAs, see, in our batch we had 15 RAs total, combining all
Mhm.
the like networks or AIML or compilers, and all the 15 RAs got placed on day one slot one. Like by the first half of the day, every RA was placed.
This year,
Yeah,
in
but
the during the recession,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
15.
amazing. That
All the
was really
RAs were
amazing.
RAs placement was like really good. But yeah, from TAs, like I think there were only 10 students who were left after day 3 or 4, and like I think they got placed by now.
Amazing placement
But
stats actually. But like coming from the background, I see here what all things I see here happening in some other institutions. So comparing that, it's absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, because first of all, we have like around 100 students, I guess, combining all the masters, and 100 students
okay,
sitting for placements is a hectic thing here because
yeah,
in
it's very
IIT,
competitive, right?
yeah, in IIT Bombay, actually, I don't know why, because maybe because it's Mumbai, so a lot of emphasis is given on finance and consulting companies, and SD and yeah, mostly CS based companies is not given that much of priority, and so placements was really bad this year.
See, if we go by past trend, it was bad for us also, but at least RA's placements were
But
good
actually,
because I
from the
feel.
place,
Mhm.
yeah, go on.
Because I feel like for RAs, we were mostly from networks, and whoever was I don't know. I felt the companies were looking for some kind of niche domain. So mainly people would be like they go for full stack development or AI/ML. So, but
Mhm.
if you have something other than that to
Some
offer,
expertise,
like
yeah, that helps a lot.
yeah, but it's like which maybe 20% of the people would be knowing, because like it's not something which is
Hmm.
like widely done by
Yeah.
people. And if those companies comes, because mostly all the big companies, they would have this networking and systems roles, and then it becomes very easy for you to get that through,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
you have your specialization, competition is also less, so you get it.
Yeah. But still, whatever you mentioned about non-recession times, it is pretty amazing because I'll wrap this. Till now, I haven't seen this great stat anywhere else. Even here only, like even before, before 2022, all the masters people used to get placed by day 5, I guess, is a
Oh,
normal thing.
okay,
So day one
okay.
is absolute shock for me. So, yeah, so that was amazing. So yeah, mostly those were the questions that we needed to discuss about IIT Hyderabad, that will help the upcoming aspirants choose their right institution and get motivated. If you are still an aspirant for GATE, so I'm sure you will get a lot of motivation from this pursuing your masters and few of your coming years in any top institutions. So thank you, Anwesha, for joining this podcast and sharing your insights, sharing your journey. And I'm sure you're going to have a great time ahead. Thank you, everyone who have watched the video till the end. And you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thanks a lot.
Bye.
वैसे